Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of 10-Minute Trades. This one is a viewer request. I already did my 10-Minute Trade episode about 3 weeks ago on NIO, ticker symbol NIO, and it was requested I do an update. And big news broke this morning, so I thought it was fitting for me to do the update video now. If you missed it this morning, JP Morgan actually upgraded NIO to a $40 price target. They basically tripled their price target. And as you can see by this big green candle here, these are all daily candles. So each candle represents 1 day of trading. As you can see, we gapped up today and NIO was up $4.88 or 22.6%, basically because of this upgrade by JP Morgan. So what better time than now to do a little bit of technical analysis on NIO to try and figure out where we are going to go from here. So let's get right into it. You can see some of the TA that I already have saved on the stock chart from the prior 10-minute trade video I did, but let's just do a little bit of editing. So we'll just zoom out here. You can see, just to rehash some previous notes, we can see up until about May this year, NIO was pretty flat, not really doing much. I mean, for a few times it was pretty much a penny stock, trading less than $5, and then really at the end of May, let's just say around May 26th, is when it started taking off to the moon. You can see we drew this green trend line here. We had drawn a parallel channel before as well. We have these yellow areas of support and resistance. These light blue lines represent gaps that may or may not get filled at some point. And then we have these Fibonacci retracement levels. So as we can see, I drew it initially from basically the recent lows in end of March to at that time of the making of the video, which were basically all-time highs towards the end of September, beginning of October. Well, let's rehash some of these Fibonacci levels. Let's re-edit them and see where we can go from here. So I think right now, I'm gonna leave this Fibonacci level. If I draw it to the all-time high, it'll be something like this. And I think it's actually fitting because you can see this 23.6% Fibonacci level lines up pretty nicely with an area of support that I was just about to draw in. So I think something like right here is an area of support. You can see a few candles here for the past few trading days have kind of had support at around $21 and some change. Let's keep working with this. Let's extend this parallel channel as well to maybe something more like this. And again, not big edits from our initial TA. I could maybe move this up or down a little bit, something like this, but I think the overall effect remains the same. We are still trading in this upward parallel channel, as you can see. I also have this green trend line here, which again, I can pretty much extend as well. Not really moving it up or down, but really just making it longer because I still think, again, we're still trading along this trend line. Now, just as a reminder, this orange line here represents the 21-day moving average, and this pink line here represents the 50-day moving average. So as we can see, if we look back, NIO trades pretty closely to the 21-day moving average, especially around this period in July and August. Around here in end of August, it got pretty far away from the 21 MA, but promptly came back over the next few trading days. And again, we're in that vicinity of we're trading a little bit further away than I think NIO wants to from the 21-day moving average. Now, I think, or at least my short-term hypothesis right now, is that at least tomorrow, most likely Friday as well, we will probably have a pullback on NIO just because we had a huge run up today. We had a big gap up, and because of that gap up, I'm also going to try and draw that trend line because from intraday highs yesterday around $22 to intraday lows today around 23 and some change, that is now a gap that may need to get filled. And I'm going to draw my gaps in light blue to separate them from the actual trend lines that I've identified. So there's a gap there that's about a little less than $2 wide. And as you can see, there's not any price data there because we've just been setting all-time highs this whole year. So there's really no data to go off of in terms of this recent trading on NIO in the past few months. So we're all just kind of flying by the seat of our pants here. But I think for a couple reasons, we are going to see a pullback on NIO for probably the rest of the week. And I'm going to draw a line. I think we're going to have something like this, where we're going to pull back because we're trading outside of the parallel channel here. we're trading very far away from the 21-day moving average. Our most recent area of support that I've identified is probably around $21. This gap is probably going to be an area of support around 22, but we're still almost $5 away from there. And if we take a look at the RSI curve here, we are very overbought. So right now, from a technical analysis standpoint, I don't see any indicators that tell me that we're going to keep going to the moon tomorrow. I think we are going to have a pullback, if at the very least, just for a little bit of profit taking. And I say that because something very similar happened to me on Space or Virgin Galactic 2 weeks ago. If we take a look at the Space graph here, you can see this is a very similar day. Space was upgraded by 2 analysts. They increased their price target. You can see similar to NIO today, we had a gap up. Space that day had a 25% gain, very similar to NIO's 22% gain today. And then you can see the next 2 days, we had a pullback. And where did that pullback go? Well, the second day after the big gain, it bounced right off this 50-day moving average line. Yes, overall, we continued higher, but you can see the next 2 trading days, we had a pullback. So let's go back to NIO and see. The 50-day moving average is very far away. The 50-day MA is at 18-ish. The 21-day moving average is about $20.50. So I think we're going to have a pullback for the next 2 days on NIO. I don't think we're going to go as low as the 21 and 50-day moving averages. I think we'll probably bounce off or get somewhere near this top of this trend line, which tomorrow is probably going to be around $23, high $23, maybe low $24. But I do think that the rest of the week, we're going to have a bit of a sell-off on NIO. And let's take a look at the option flow data to see how you could have traded NIO today, because I honestly did not even see the news that JP Morgan upgraded the stock. I actually saw all the option flow orders come in right when the market opened. And I thought to myself, what is going on here? And how can I get myself a seat on this rocket ship? So let's take a look at that option flow data right now. So if you're not familiar with this program, this is called Trade UI. The link is going to be in the video description below. I have a special discount code for my viewers. So if you're interested in checking it out, use that code to get an even better price on this amazing software. But we'll take a look at the NIO option flow today. You can see there were 141 option flows that came in. And take a look at this. Green boxes mean they're calls. Red boxes mean puts. Every single order flow towards the end of the day was green. All these are calls that were bought. And look at them. Some of them were for as high as pretty much $641,000. These are weekly options. You can see they're expiring on Friday. Strikes are around 25, 26, 27, 28. So all day long, people were buying calls. And this is the quote unquote smart money, the big institutions, as you can see, with a lot of money to spend. They were all buying calls on NIO, trying to take some of this profit. Let's just see what happened at market open. If I go all the way to the beginning and see what I saw. So look at this. Right at market open, pretty much 9:32 a.m., all of these order flows came in. 9:30 a.m. to 9:32 a.m. Look at these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20 call order flows came in the first 2 minutes of the market open. I saw this on my program and I thought, oh my gosh, what is going on? If you were able to hop in this train right at the market open, you would have made so much money on NIO calls. And that is the power of looking at this option flow data. I did not make a trade on NIO, and I'm not familiar with NIO stock. And like I said, I wasn't sure what news broke. So that is the power of option flow data. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my technical analysis. As always, join our Discord server if you're not in there already, and happy trading.